Hi everyone, my name is Mathieu. In this video I'll tell you a bit more about a new tool I have in the workshop. So being the xTool D1 Pro, it's a laser cutter. Being a product designer, laser cutters are not that new to me, but till now they were quite expensive and not so affordable as they are now. So this is a diode laser cutter, 20 watt, so it's one of the most powerful machines you can find now for like a reasonable budget. So will it cut carbon fiber? I'll tell you immediately, no, it won't cut carbon fiber, but you're able to do cool things. So this machine can engrave various materials like acrylics, wood, we have some cardboard as well, leather, anything you want can be cut or etched with this laser cutter. So I'll save you most of the time of the unboxing. A full video will appear in the description down below or at the end of the video if you're interested in that. I just want to show you a few images of the package because I like to see when I buy something how it's packaged, if it's good quality, and a bit of the ease of assembly. So it's very easy to assemble, the machine looks good. And here is the 20 watt laser. So it's a pretty powerful and fast machine. So you'll be able to cut through materials like wood till 18 millimeters in one pass. So I find this quite extraordinary. The assembly is done in about, I would say, 30 minutes. I did it in 1 hour because I had to film the entire process. In the box you also get some sample materials. You find like a little base plate to put on your desk to do the first engravings. I had the full package, so the Pro with all the equipment, so you'll get an air assist as well to remove the smoke under the laser, and a rotary system as well. So the assembly was done, so first test, pretty happy so far. So here you can see on the top left I have the exhaust, so this is my setup at the moment. In the future I'll probably make an enclosure or something to be able to work in proper conditions without the smoke. So here are the first samples. You can use Lightburn or the xTool Creative Space. In that creative space, so the software from xTool, you'll find a lot of pre-settings, different materials. So I just went ahead and tried some things. So I'll show you how everything went for me. So this is carbon fiber. Like, I knew it wasn't able to cut through, but I just wanted to see about the engraving. So in theory, we're not cutting the carbon fiber, but we're just removing the epoxy resin. So make sure you work in a well-ventilated space and wear your protective mask to avoid the fumes, because burning epoxy isn't the best thing for your health. So here is the engraving. So first results, so it's okay, it's cool looking. Went ahead with bigger parts, just fine-tuning some of the settings, and here is the second one. So these were the first tests. So I think you'll be able to engrave something, especially if you have gel coats on your carbon fiber. So you're just melting or burning away the gel coat, but leaving the carbon fiber. So carbon fiber has a very high combustion temperature, or like the point where it will burn. Mostly carbon fiber will only oxidize. So that's also a reason why the carbon fiber industry is sometimes like in a bad spotlight because it's not eco-friendly. On the other side, you make lighter products and so on, but I'll tell everything in a future video about the green composites and so on. So you're also able to etch aluminium, so to engrave, so you're removing the anodized laser. This is as well for the debond, so it's a brand name, so it's aluminium plates sandwiched with I think it's some type of plastic in between, and then a layer of primer. So it's a primer. So mostly these are used to print like big panels. Mostly you'll see them in football clubs with the sponsoring or something. But here I was able to engrave a skull. So I found the image online. You can import JPEGs. You have DXF files, SVGs, so you can import various types of pictures into this software. So it took about 55 minutes to engrave this. So it's quite fast. So it's something new if you're used to 3D printing and having to wait 8 hours before getting the results. So it's a lot of fun just to try things on this machine and seeing results quite quickly. So you can see like it went all the way through the primer that is on top of this debond and exposing the aluminium that is under it. So while waiting for the honeycomb panel to arrive, I just did the engraving part, and now I'll go through the cutting. So honeycomb panels aren't that new to me. It's used quite a lot in the composite industry as well. I could make one myself, but for this price it's easier just to buy it. So it's a honeycomb panel. You have some measurements on the sides, just to give you an idea of the measurements, and it's with a layer of aluminium sheet on the bottom to avoid burning through your desk or what the machine is positioned on. So I removed the first waste board that I've used and replaced it with the honeycomb panel now, because now we can burn through the material and then the focus will be less through the honeycomb panel, making it possible to cut through but without cutting through your desk or what you have under it. So what's easy to cut? So cardboard. So this is just a test. So I'm using the it's double layered fluted cardboard, and just trying to find like the right settings. xTool has a great community, so you can find a lot of information online. They have Facebook and so on. The support is quite good as well, so if you have questions you can always email them. But I just wanted to try it. So you change a bit of your settings, then you write everything down, and at the end, like maybe in 6 months, I have like a full library of all materials with the settings. So first 2 times it went through. This time good results. It's a nice line, so everything is straight. The machine just works, so it's unboxed and then used, and everything works. No fine tuning to do, no calibration. So this is quite cool to have like quick results. So here just to show you how you can use laser cut parts to make templates to spray paint something, like for example a box you're shipping to your customers. Keep in mind, so this is not a toy, so if you're cutting through fluted boards or wood, make sure that you're like around your machine, because here it started to catch fire. I think it went through the corrugated, like the flutes in between the cardboard. So this is not a toy, so if you have kids or animals around, make sure that you're next to your machine. The xTool has a flame like alarm if something goes wrong, as well with the limit switches when the machine is knocked off your table or something, because this is a powerful laser, so it's quite dangerous. Work in a well ventilated space, so this is in my workshop, so for me it's okay, but I still have ventilation. Would I use this indoor, maybe in your garage or something, but make sure you use it in the right conditions. So it's always a good idea to try like the first parameters to see if the part is well fitted under the laser engraver. And as you can see here, like it shifted. I've only noticed it while editing the video. So it's cool to make videos to see like the mistakes you make. So not everything went perfect, but this is mainly user error, and I need to do a bit more fine tuning on this machine to make sure I have everything right. So it will cut quite easily in one pass through 5.3 millimeters, but will it do the same with 16 millimeters? So this is some pine wood that I have used from pallets. So it's 16.8 millimeters. I went ahead with speed on 1 and the power on 100. So here you can see in slow motion. So it's not slow motion. So this was the right speed, and then sped up. Took about 5 minutes to make a hole through 16 millimeters of wood. So this is pretty impressive. Might be better with 2 passes, but I just wanted to show you how powerful this machine is. So you could do the same with acrylic. I'm not sure, I don't think it will go through clear acrylic, or I think even blue. I think there's one color that matters on if it's possible to cut or not. But here I'm illustrating the cool thing you can do with carbon fiber as well. So I've just spray painted a sheet of carbon fiber and I'm removing all the paint, exposing like a nice design of this skull. So everything was designed in the xTool creative space, so it's very easy to use. I won't go into the software parts in this tutorial because you can find a lot of videos online. You can also download the software if you just want to find out how it works. It's a pretty cool and well engineered or well programmed software, making it easy for everyone to use, because you can also just import pictures on JPEGs, then you can rasterize everything. You can just do cool things in this software like without needing the knowledge of Photoshop or Illustrator or things like that. There are a lot of designs online as well. You can just download them. So it's pretty easy for everyone to use this machine and the software. So as an extra, you can also buy the RA2 Pro. So it's a rotary positioning system. So it will rotate, the laser stays on one axis and will just laser everything you want on tubes or even spheres. For example, golf balls could be engraved as well. So a lot of possibilities and things you can do with it. So this is the first video. I'll probably go into more depth in another video. If you have some things that you want to see me do, you have materials that you're curious of, leave them down in the comments. I'll try to include all the comments or questions or remarks in a future video. So this is just the beginning, starting with the simple things like you should mostly do, and I'll be exploring more with this machine. So this was like a short video I did for my TikTok as well. It was shot in portrait mode, so that's why it's mirrored, but it was a cool effect, I think. So more things will follow. I have a lot of ideas now that I know how to use this machine. It's like a good tool to have in the workshop, because you have additive manufacturing, that would be 3D printing, for example, or you have the other way, it's subtracting manufacturing, like CNC milling, laser cutting, where you remove materials. For example, if I made mold boxes, it's faster to do it with the laser cutter than with the 3D printer. I could make like a mold box for silicone molds in about 5 minutes, taking me 5 hours on the 3D printer. So what are my conclusions? So first of all, I'll say it's not a toy. It's a bit expensive. So I would say this is more for the professional DIY guys around. So the printer, like the full package, is for about, I think, 1,500 euros. The link will be in the description as well to their shop if you're interested or want to find out more. The downside I think, like, I'm used to 3D printers, is not being able to add an SD card and just start laser cutting from your design directly from the machine. So you have to connect it by Wi-Fi or with the USB cable. And then would it be like a thing to make money with? Not sure. I think it's more like for hobbies, like rapid prototyping and manufacturing. But normally, if you really want to do like bottle cap openers and so on, there's a lot of competition on the market, so it's very difficult to make them for a good price on this machine. But if you just want to share like gifts with your friends, make something cool for a wedding of a friend, this is the machine you need to buy. So anyways, I hope you liked this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done yet, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.